Hey, what's up, you guys? Bringing another action figure review to you. In this review, um, this is a figure from Knights of the Old Republic. Now, I played one of the games. I believe I played the second one. I didn't play the first one. I played the second one. I never finished it though, which I I always regretted that. I always regret, you know, not finishing. But I am not that well versed in the Knights of the Old Republic side of Star Wars. So I'm just gonna be honest. I brought this figure because he looks cool. I love the Sith characters, and I love when Sith characters are just done in an awesome way. So this is Darth Malak. I don't really know anything about him. I guess I should say I know next to nothing about him. But this is just an awesome figure I wanted to add to my collection. Now, I am going to start to learn more about these characters because I like to be educated. I like to learn, new things, and I love to learn about new characters. That's just something that I love to do. So it's not like I'm just collecting them. Oh, I mean, yes, I collected him because he looks cool, but I am going to start to learn more about him, whether I'm researching him online or whether I'm watching YouTube videos on him, or I'll go back and finish playing Knights of the Old Republic like I should have. But this is, from what I could tell, this is going to be an awesome figure. So let's jump right into it. So you've got the packaging. You got Darth Malak right there. You got the top of the box. You got Star Wars, the Black Series right there. The person I brought it from did not take off the sticker, so excuse that. You got the gaming greats at the bottom right there. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. There we go. Darth Malak, Hasbro. Plastic-free packaging. This is the packaging that everybody hated until they switched back to their original packaging. So this is Darth Malak on the side, looking awesome, clenching his fist in the dark side of the Force. And you see that dark blue hue at the bottom. Got Darth Malak right there. And he is number 20 in the Gaming Greats line. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic right there. You got the legalities, all that. Hasbro, Disney. This is the barcode. And you got all of that there. Plastic-free packaging, blah, blah, blah. You also got Darth Malak on the side right there with his dark lightsaber. Gaming Greats. Got him in the front of the packaging again. Got him at the back, of course. And Darth Malak. Darth Malak was once the apprentice of Darth Revan, a fallen Jedi turned Sith Lord who inspires terror at just the mention of the name. Okay. With Reverend presumed dead, Malak embarked on his mission to conjure the galaxy on his own. Okay. All right. So that is Darth Malak. I'm going to crack him out of the packaging. We're going to get further into the review. So let's do it. And so here is Darth Malak out of the packaging. And he looks exceptional. He looks absolutely fantastic. There's so much going on with this figure. So let's jump right into it. So Malak, first of all, the head sculpt is great. I don't know how accurate this is to the source material. I know that you can remove this. I don't know if I'm going to try to do that or not. Maybe I might try off camera, but I saw another YouTuber do it. You could remove this metal piece on his mouth, and you could see more sculpting underneath it. I guess I'll try, but I'll see what happens. But anyway, the head sculpt is absolutely fantastic. The head sculpt is great. I love it. I love it. You see the scarring and everything on the side there. You see this metal piece in his mouth, of course. I could not myself. I'm sorry. You also see it on the other side there. Awesome. You see that metal part that goes across his mouth on the other side. Yeah, but seeing that scarring is just wow. You see his bald head, so you see these blue stripes going across the top of his head. And you also see here, yes, see the nice detail there. You see the metal, the plastic metal looks really good all across. You see that little circuitry there, awesome. See the metal, and this texture here is great, and it's two different type too. It's two different type of plastic here. You got the regular plastic here, and you got this texture here. That's just great. That is awesome. And also he has a cloth cape, and his cloth cape is off to the side, which I love that. That's just awesome. And you see more detail through his arm, through his chest here, down to the lower. It looks really good. You see his belt, his buckle there. You see this, the middle of his sash there. It is a separate piece, and it is glued here. A little more wrinkles, everything like that. You see his boots. His boots look exceptional as well. And you see the back of the figure. Oh, you could store his lightsaber. Holy crap. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, the YouTuber did show that you could store his lightsaber. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, some figures you can store lightsabers on. Some you can't, and some you can. So this is, speaking of his lightsaber, this is his lightsaber, and it looks really good. The design on it looks really, really good. I love that. And it is removable, of course. And so let's check this out. I'll do it on camera. See, you store his lightsaber. And yes, you can. That is so, wow, that is awesome sauce. You get brownie points for that. That is awesome sauce. So you could store his lightsaber. I wish more figures did that. I wish more figures did, and don't just do something lazy, like do something that's very secure. Like, look at this. Look how secure it is. So you can toss it around, you do whatever you, and this thing will still be in there securely. So you definitely get brownie points for that. Wow. Yeah, you can store his lightsaber. That is wow. Oh man, love it. Love it. Absolutely. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So that is Darth Malak in a nutshell. Since I stored his lightsaber, let's jump into articulation. So his head can go to the left, to the right. I feel like almost I feel like I moved this metal piece. Felt like oh yeah, I did. I moved it by mistake. So I wasn't even trying to do that. So I moved his metal piece, and so now we could see his head sculpt. I wasn't trying to do that actually. I was just trying to do the articulation, but then I moved the headpiece so he can go to the left, to the right. He can pivot slightly. He cannot. I'm trying to move his head up, but he won't go up. Won't barely go down either. Does he have a little bit of pivoting? I think I said it already. Yeah, a little bit of attitude. His arms can go out about that much. He can go around about that much. Swivel in the elbow, no upper bicep swivel, but a swivel in the elbow, wrist hinge rotation, and upper ball peg in the waist area, side to side. Pivoting, not really. Does have a lower waist twist as well that can go 360. He can split out about that much. He can kick forward about that much, back about that much. He does have thigh rotation. He does have a single joint in the knee. He does have boot rotation as well. His foot can hinge up and down. And he does have ankle pivot. So since I accidentally, I wasn't even trying to do it, but since I accidentally removed his mouthpiece, I'm actually glad I did, because look at all this detail. Look at, wow, that is, for Hasbro to release a figure like this and ages 4+, wow. But that is some gnarly detail right there on a toy. And look at his mouth, and look at what he has to breathe out of. I don't know which is worse, him or Vader. So you have that as well. And then you see how it connects to the back of his neck. You can see the holes, gappage in his neck. You can also see a little bit of detail right there. See, it kind of looked like bolts almost. So yeah, so this is added. I mean, they didn't even have to do that. They did not have to sculpt that underneath. They just went above and beyond. You know, I mean, action figures barely do that anymore. You know, just going above and beyond. You know, they could have just took, they could have took this metal piece, and just, they could have just took that and just permanently glued it on without doing any extra detail like that. But they did do extra detail. They went above and beyond, and it shows. It shows. Well, it definitely shows. And that is fantastic. So you get extra brownie points for that, in my opinion. And I don't have any other Knights of the Old Republic figures, so I'll just, compare him with a couple of other Sith characters. So there's Darth Maul. Here is Malak next to an Imperial. Like I said, I don't have any other Knights of the Old Republic figures. Malak next to Second Sister. And here is Malak next to Darth Sidious and Vader. And so my final review, my final thoughts on this figure. Damn, this is another figure that gets another high score for me. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I was going to give it a 9.5, but there's a little bit of paint issues. Not any QC issues, because I didn't find any. I mean, so far, this figure looks flawless. So no QC issues. I think just some of the paint is a little flat. I think they could have added a little more oomph to it. But, I mean, aside from that, the figure is just exceptional. I mean, like I said, they went above and beyond. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to give it a 9.5. just for the fact that whole mouthpiece thing, the fact that they went above and beyond and really did that with the mouthpiece, that is just insane. That is just crazy. So I just absolutely love that. I love that. I love this figure. So yeah, it gets a 9.5 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Hope you enjoy my Star Wars craze so far. So hope you enjoyed this review, found it informative. Until next time, may the Force be with you. See ya.